Alibaba and Tencent are two of China's biggest tech companies. Let's take a look at why China wants to take control of these companies. Before we discuss Alibaba and Tencent, we need to understand what is being called the golden shares. It shouldn't be a surprise to anyone that China is very involved in their major companies, and specifically their technology/entertainment companies. American companies have had to alter scripts, change video games, and cut scenes or alter dialogue from films if they want their movie or game to be consumed in China. The same rules apply to two of China's largest companies, named Alibaba and Tencent. Beijing wants to move away from hitting companies like Alibaba with massive fines and instead just simply take them over. The crackdown has taken a huge toll on these tech firms. The CCP was in the process of imposing a $1 billion fine back in November of 2022. That would be the largest fine ever imposed on a company, and with the potential for companies to take that kind of hit, it is reported that they have lost billions of dollars already. Obviously, companies losing billions of dollars doesn't bode well for the CCP, so they have decided to shift gears away from those fines, and instead buy large enough portions of stock so they can have a say in what the companies do. This acquisition would amount to about 1% of Alibaba and Tencent, and that 1% has been dubbed the golden shares of the company, since they come with a very special right over the business decisions as reported by The Guardian. Danny Lam, who is the head of research at SEB International Corp Limited, thinks this move would be a positive one for the companies. He stated that the two companies have been struggling since the crackdowns began, and the government stake in the companies could potentially help them do business in new areas, and would lower the risk of clampdowns by regulators. You know what else would lower the risk of clampdowns by regulators? Hitting that subscribe button. Most recently, top executives from 21 private sector Chinese companies let their praises be known about the nation's economy on a program aired by China's state broadcast. All of this is happening on the heels of China's 100 wealthiest people losing a combined 39% of their wealth. According to Forbes, that equates to $907.1 billion compared to a year earlier in 2022. Jack Ma is one of those billionaires, and he was at one point the richest man in China. However, he has heavily scrutinized the regulations that he has faced and is the main cause for the fines that Alibaba has endured. He has even left China and has been residing in neighboring Japan. Back in 2020, he accused Beijing China state banks of having a pawn shop mentality. Jack Ma is still worth $25.8 billion, which makes him the fifth wealthiest man in China, according to Forbes. Alibaba is a company that Jack Ma founded, and it is the largest e-commerce market in the world. Think of it like eBay, but way bigger, and with different options for selling products. It has hundreds of millions of users and hosts millions of businesses, according to the Wall Street Journal. The corporate structure of Alibaba was designed to allow Jack Ma to choose more than half of its board members, and that is also part of the reason why they listed in the US. The Hong Kong Exchange refused this structure. Alibaba makes most of its money by charging businesses to push their advertisements onto users. Tencent is Alibaba's biggest competitor, in terms of competing to be the biggest company in China, and according to their own website, they are a world-leading internet and technology company that develops innovative products and services to improve the quality of life of people around the world. That's a mouthful, and the only thing I care about is that they own some video game companies, most notably Riot Games, which makes League of Legends and Valorant. But that is just one company that Tencent fully owns. There are many others you have heard of that they own partial shares of, like Activision Blizzard, Ubisoft, and PUBG Studios. Due to the strains the CCP can impose on video game companies, Tencent is looking to continue their growth into international video game companies, with hopes to fully acquire more companies in the future. The CCP has been trying to dominate the digital world for a long time now. Our own government has even considered banning certain apps, like TikTok, from being downloadable within America. Others are pushing for stronger data regulation within the apps that we use. What are your thoughts on the CCP's acquisition of these golden shares? Let us know in the comments, and thank you for watching.